Dear friends, so much to say. Two areas of focus I want to provide for you tonight. Two areas of specific focus I want to provide to you so that you are aware, you are sentient, you are. First, the Georgia racketeering case. May I be so bold? First, let me thank you. Let me thank you for joining us. And for reasons I will never understand, I put 8 o'clock versus 7 o'clock. I think I'm losing my mind. I think little by little, I'm kind of sort of losing my mind in a good way, in a good way. But still, where is it? Let me see if I can change this right now to 7 o'clock. I have been talking so much today, so much that sometimes I have to stop and I have to remind myself, where am I? What year is it? What are we talking about? What's going on here? Because I am telling you, when you talk as much about this stuff as I do, it makes you think sometimes, maybe I'm doing this a little bit too much. In any event, I say to you, dear friends, I say to you, and I thank you for being here. And I wanted to bring up a couple of things to you, irrespective of this. And I will never understand how my time frame is missed. But in any event, first and foremost, let me see if I can explain this to you. The racketeering case in Georgia is a joke. And it's a joke for reasons that I will explain to you. It is a joke. It is a joke, not just because it's Trump and everything that Trump does is great. I'm not saying that. What I am saying, however, is that the racketeering case is a joke, number one. Number two, he might do something interesting where he might be able to perhaps try and, of all things, remove the case. And this is interesting, to remove the case to federal court. Now, good luck with that one. Good luck with that. That could be very, very, very interesting. And then third, I've got to talk about Lahaina, which is pronounced, there's the cool way of saying it in Hawaiian or Polynesian, I guess, which I am not able to do. I wish I could, but I can't. They're very, very good. It's very, very good, but I can't say that. So let's start. First and foremost, let me thank you for being here. Let me also remind you, as usual, please follow me on Twitter or X. Do you call it X? I don't know anybody who calls it X. I don't call it X. Nobody calls it X. I don't know what it is. Number two, which is the most important thing, I want you to remember that tonight, this is brought to you by our dear friends at mypillow.com. Mypillow.com, promo code Lionel. Sign up and receive a free gift. Make sure if you haven't subscribed to Lionel Nation, right here you have, which is so critical, so important. And don't forget, we ask you to like this video and, of course, subscribe again. And also, don't forget, please hit that YouTube notification bell. There we go. I've got this all out of the way. Now, let's get down to brass tacks. What is it that we're talking about? First and foremost, number one, Trump, under the statutes, under the law, under these rules, may remove his case to federal court if he was acting in his official capacity. If he was acting in his official capacity, then he would be able to, by virtue of this, move his case to federal court. What federal court? The federal court for the Northern District of Georgia. Now, why is that good? Well, first of all, federal judges, many of them who were there, he may have actually appointed. That always helps. It's a good thing. Judges don't throw a case just because you appointed the judge, but it's good. Doesn't hurt. You know what I mean? Doesn't hurt. It's okay. Next, what's interesting to note is that it takes it out of the realm of Fannie. Fannie wants this case so bad, it's not even remotely funny. It's not funny. This is her. She waited for last. Now, is there any chance of this happening? I wouldn't put a lot of money on it, but it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. It's worth, technically something, because theoretically he does have it. Now, what about the other, 1,900 defendants? What do they do? What do they do? Do they say, well, thank you? How do they have their case without Trump? What do they do? Talk to each other? They're charged with racketeering of what? Where's Trump? He's not here. He's in federal court. He's in federal court. What do we do? I don't know. What about our case? I don't know. What do you mean? Well, but what do we do? How do we put on a case? How do we put our case on? That's the best part. What did they do? Hello, I'm a part of a racketeering enterprise. With who? Yeah, me and Jenna Ellis and Sydney. Yeah, we got together and we, we were part of this thing, kind of like the Gambino crime family, sort of. That's what we did. We weren't just lawyers trying to help this guy out. No, we wanted to be part of an organization, of a big, whatever it is. Are you kidding me? That's the problem. That's the second problem. Do you understand how this thing works? Let me see if I can explain this to you, which is fantastic. And listen carefully. It works something like this. When you are a member of the mafia, classic, the LCN, Cosa Nostra, you want to be a member of the group. You want to be straightened out. You want to be made. You want to get your button. You want to be straightened out. You want to get your badge. You want to be a made guy. You want to be a member of this organization. And they are so good, they don't let everybody in. They have to open the books. You know the terms. They got to open the books. And then you pledge filter. And they go like this with with the finger prick and the whatever. Okay, fine. When you commit a crime in furtherance of the Lucchese's, the Colombos, the Bonanos, whoever it is, the Genovese family. You are part of this organization. Do you see what it is? You are a part of it. You are acting. You're not committing crimes just to commit crimes. You're committing crimes to further not only the organization, but your involvement in the organization. You want to go from being a regular guy to maybe a captain, a capo regime, a skipper, get your own crew, your own borgata, whatever it is. Notice how conversant I am with these phrases. And who isn't with 9 million? Does this make sense to you? This is it. Here's my question. Do you think that Sidney Powell wanted to become part of the Trump racketeering enterprise because of what exactly? Do you think Jenna Ellis and Rudy and Mark Meadows and these other people I've never even heard of got together and they said, we're a member, we're doing this? Not because we're lawyers helping this guy out pursue a challenge, as Alan Dershowitz did, as Larry Tribe did, regarding Gore in 2000. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. This is different. See, Sidney Powell is the part of the Kraken. She wants to release the Kraken. Do you see what this is? This is insanity. And the thing that's the most interesting about all of this stuff right now is that this Fannie Willis has to show that this group, they say, well, you know, she's done RICO before with real crooks, real racketeers. Yeah, she's done it. Other people too. No, it's not a bunch of people. It's not, if we're all in an office, you see, we're in a law firm and we're doing the best we can. And we're hired by Trump to help him get whatever it is. Okay. Do you follow this? Good. Do you understand that what we're doing is just doing our job as lawyers and paralegals and all of this stuff? We're doing this in pursuit of our job. We are not a part of a racketeering enterprise. In fact, law firms will often work to defend criminals, right? They're not racketeers, they're lawyers. It's the simplest thing in the world. Everybody knows this. What the hell are these people even remotely talking about? I don't understand it. I seriously. And that's the part. This woman, and she said, you know, and we're going to allow the people to say, do you know what racketeering is? Do you understand? Do you grasp this? No, I swear to God. Now, up till now, I've even told you, you know, some of these cases, like, well, maybe that's, you know. Well, what about Trump and the, well, you know, maybe, I don't know, who knows? Maybe this craziness about the, I don't know, what am I trying to say? The documents case, you know, the Mar-a-Lago case. Well, I don't think I don't think he was trying to, you know, sell secrets to China, but I think he might have been breaking the law. Technically, it wasn't a deliberate type of harm he sought. So, I mean, I could always argue the fact. I could always tell you, well, you know, sort of, maybe, you know, it's kind of me. But this is different. Because what these folks have to do, and I can't say this enough. What these folks do is the jury has to hear more than just, okay. This is the case that got me. The case in New York. Okay, the Alvin Bragg. Okay, that's just, you know, what is this chicken stuff? Chickens. It's ridiculous. The statute of limitations may have run, but at least you can say, well, okay, technically, whatever. Then we had the Mar-a-Lago case. Okay, the documents he showed. Okay, maybe pictures of it was ridiculous. The pictures they showed of him, the boxes in the bathroom, those weren't all, you know, classified. Okay, fine. It was that one. Then the latest one with, oh my God, with Jack Smith. What is this one? This one I'm trying to figure out. He defrauded the country by trying to what? I don't even know how that one works. I don't even know how this works. Look at Liz. Liz writes, well, like Dick Long said this morning, it's at the point of being called malicious prosecution. I like that. Did you ever think you'd write that, Liz? Did you ever think in your adult life? Well, like Dick Long says. Is Dick Long? Is his name Dick Long? Really? At least he didn't do the old big. Anyway, crude. I'm a crude person. I'm sorry. Those cases are, but this one, and at midnight, come on. Why don't you have somebody come out with a pointy hat, maybe a gown with stars on it, and maybe maybe some kind of like a wand with a moon. Woo! And you can turn the lights on. Woo! And she'll stand up there. Here's the indictment. And then these lying Saxo stuff, they say, oh no, this is we didn't you had the indictment ready. No, we didn't. Yes, you did. Well, we didn't. Huh? But that's nothing. Racketeering. That's gonna be the best one to try. Hey, did you hear the one about the rocket? Look at this. Stand up. This is a criminal enterprise. Look at these guys. Look at this. We got Sally Walnuts there. We got big Rudy G. We got Jenna the claw. I mean, I don't. And somebody said today, I don't know if this is true or not. You know, Jenna Ellis took off and said, "I'm going to go work with Ron DeSantis." Okay, and then supposedly Trump and his pack are not supporting her. I don't know if that's true. I don't know any of this stuff. But what I'm trying to tell you, perhaps circuitously, perhaps as a waste of time, what I'm trying to tell you is that this is the worst case ever. It's the worst because of the enterprise. Forget the overt, covert, predicate acts. Forget it. I don't care. You don't have an enterprise. It's laughable. It doesn't work because, and I'm going to say this again, they had no sense of being a part of a group. It's not you don't charge people with racketeering just because you got a bunch of people. Charge them with conspiracy. If you've got a bunch of people that you hire and who show up, and next thing you do something, and you get one guy to help you break into buildings, and one guy to do this, and another guy to do this, and pretty soon they're all, maybe they know each other, maybe they don't, maybe they're whatever it is. You can't charge them with racketeering. I mean, you can charge them, but there's no racketeering there, even though they're just remotely connected. No, there's got to be in concert. They've got to be like the Gambino family. It's not just, oh, I've said it enough. Here is the story, which is also incredible. Don't let them forget Lahaina. Don't let them forget it. I'm telling you right now, I know what's going to happen. I see it happening. It breaks my heart. I know how these people are going to do this. They're going to just forget about this. It's going to slip away, slip underneath the waves. It's just going to go away. And nobody will say anything. They'll just say, okay, goodbye. Because why? Because they own everything. They own everything. These people own everything. They own every newspaper. They own every TV. They're just going to wave goodbye. No, don't. Don't go yet. Investigate this. Please investigate this. Don't go yet. We need independent, citizen, civilian, and alternative news people to do their best to make sure you run down everything, including the source of this. I'm not buying this. I haven't heard enough about it. Tell me again how the power lines, did you hear this story? How the power companies did what? How did these start? I want everybody who has every supposed view on their camera of every beam of light, death ray, whatever it is. I want everybody investigated, looked at, reviewed. I want everyone to be checked out. I want an entire focus on this. Do not let this go. I want to hear from the people who were there. I want to hear how these people, and I mean this, I want these people to do something which is very, very important. I want these people to do something which is very critical. I want you to do me a favor. And I want you to put in a position. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. We cannot let this go away. This is not the Northern California fires where it was in woods and, well, okay, whatever it is. No, 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 no. This is a time for us to explain, well, what does this globalism mean? When I heard Oprah Winfrey say, and I'm going to make a substantial donation. I'm going to make a substantial donation. You are? Yes. I'm going to make a substantial donation. You're going to make a substantial donation. Substantial donation to what? What exactly are you talking about? I'm going to make a substantial donation. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do everything I can to see that the Venus, the Phoenix rises. There'll be phoenixes rising. You're going to buy this up. I know what you're doing. You're going to buy this up. We've seen this before. I know this routine. This is the part. This is the part I don't understand. This is the part that kills me. This is the thing which is so critical that we understand. She's the biggest landowner next to Zuckerberg. She is, by the way, she's the one that Michelle Obama wants to be. Don't ever forget this. Don't ever forget this. Don't ever forget it. What Michelle Obama wants to be is not the president. She wants to be Oprah. Oprah is the chosen person. Oprah has been from the how she made so much money. Doing what exactly? She hasn't had anything since the 80s. Well, whatever it was. She had her show. Oprah Magazine. Remember when she came on and told people? Yeah. Remember she would do all these Photoshop, like, look how much weight I've lost. And she remember when she got I'm sorry, I don't mean I have to say this. What was it? Weight Watchers? Remember she got a job with Weight Watchers? Wasn't she the spokesman, honey, for Weight Watchers? I said yes. Oh, yes. This is a woman who said, and I love bread. I'm thinking, you got Oprah to be only in America. Hey, God bless you. That's like having Shane McGowan doing a spot for AA, or maybe today is, but or and his teeth are better, so I'm thinking maybe Eddie Smile a lot. Or I kept looking around saying, I don't understand this. Do you know how she is? She is this chosen few. She is one of the chosen few. There are people who do this. And what she did, by the way, and I can't believe it, when she did that interview with Meghan Markle, that pissed them off so much. Because let me tell you something. You can say whatever you want about the Rothschilds and the biggest group of people, the biggest money owners, holders, landowners, power you can't even imagine, the royal family. Nobody's bigger than they are. Nobody. Oh, they'll do that pendulum, like, oh, look, we're outside. Oh, look. And they're Charles. He's so stupid. Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. Oprah, that was a hit job against, and they got her to do it against the royal family. I still can't figure out what was that about. If you ever get the opportunity to do a hit piece against a royal family where you have Meghan Markle, that reprobate, that ne'er-do-well, if you ever get her seriously to show up and you want to do what exactly? I mean, this is really critical stuff. If you seriously, and I mean this, if you honestly are thinking about going against the royal family, do I have to remind you what these people are capable of doing? Do I have to remind you what these people have done? I don't want to get too much into detail, but I want you to think about it. I want you to think about people in the past, maybe not who've crossed them, who fell into their, well, bad graces, so to speak. And Oprah did this. She had to get the okay to do this. She had to get the okay to do this. I don't understand. This one, that one gets me. Who knows? Notice how, for example, the Beckhams have nothing to do with Meghan. They don't know what to do. I know you don't care about this, but I do. Because I find it fascinating. Harry is going to come back. Ginger's going to come back. He's going to come back to the royal family. Guaranteed. Absolutely guaranteed. I promise you, he's coming back to the royal family. He's going to leave what's your name of the kids and Archie and Goober or whatever the name is, and he's going to be done with it. And then the one who was the coldest, there's two people. It might be Kate or might be Wills. We're talking cold-blooded, serious, hardcore, cold-blooded. And when Oprah had Meghan say that they were racist, do you remember that? That one, I thought this is war. And what was it? CBS who did this? Ooh, that I don't get that one. That's the last group of people. You can forget it. I'd rather go up against the Gambinos and these people because things can happen that, whatever. And this is where we are today. And this is the whole notion of globalism. And I try my best. I try more than you can imagine. I try so hard to explain to people what globalism means. And they don't really understand it. They don't. Have you noticed that? Do you have people like that? Doesn't globalism sound good? Doesn't it sound wonderful? Doesn't it sound great? Globalism. We are the world, right? UNICEF, the little thing of Halloween. This is terrific. No. This has been going on since World War I, after Treaty of Versailles, after the reconsolidation, Bretton Woods, Czechoslovakia, everything started to change. We went from the Gilded Age, and there was Carnegie, and there was this guy, and there was that, and there was Henry Ford, and they kind of got together. Everybody was kind of doing their thing. And then all of a sudden they said, no, we're going to go bigger. We're going to go worldwide. And you have no earthly idea the horrors we're going to be seeing coming up. Let me tell you one story about water. And I can't say this one enough. There was a time, in the days gone by, when if you were into gold and certain minerals, you would go to South America, maybe Africa, not really Africa, I don't know if Africa, but it was South America, on your horse, with your ostrich plume, and you would go and you would, you were Cortez or whoever the hell you were, and you would steal and pillage and loot the gold, and it was wonderful. That was it. And minerals, gold. Then they went to mining, and all this kind of stuff. They would just basically destroy the natural resources of countries. You got that? You got how that works? Just destroy it. And then later on came in maybe the turn of the 20th century, early, all of a sudden, oil. Saudi Arabia. Oh, this is great. And they went to these folks, and these people were basically Bedouins, and they had no earthly idea. And they were sitting on, and don't forget, the royal family's bigger. They've been there for the longest. And I'm not sure about the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church years ago was much bigger. But anyway, so then came oil. Well, oil was just like, wow. And a couple of things. Do you know what would happen if we could somehow change that? Do you know what would happen if all of a sudden we could change this notion of oil? And all of a sudden, oil is not the big deal anymore. Oil is not the big deal. Can you imagine what that's going to be? What would they do? What would they do? What would they do? Think about this. It would be one of the most incredible things in the world if all of a sudden they just decided, for whatever it's worth, just to. What if, oh God, I'm going to be crazy. What if someday somebody found out a way to travel in a different way. What if somebody could use, now just hear me out, propulsion? What if we could, by the way, Lionel merch, it's available. But what if we could one day figure out a way to travel elsewhere in different ways, different means, different, for example, dare I say, I don't know, I know Eric Weinstein and others are laughing about this, but the notion of anti-gravitic travel, wouldn't that be something? Do you know what that would do for the world, for the petrocracy, petrodollars? And oh my. Might be a good reason to keep that kind of quiet, don't you think? Could be. Mm-hmm. And then later on, something else happens. Somebody says, you know what we need? We need stuff to power computers. We need lithium, rare earth metals. And where do you think lithium is? Where is the Saudi Arabia of lithium? Anybody know? Anybody know? Do a quick quiz. Where is the, I think the New York Times called it, the Saudi Arabia of lithium? Where would you go where they've got lithium like you cannot believe? Lithium that is used everywhere. Where? Name the country. Let's see who gets it first. Let's see who's fast on the draw. Come on, you can do it. Number one, Afghanistan. Thank you so much. Pool Jack. Oh, no. Big Dick Long. No, Silver Fox. I think so. Sorry, Big Dick. Nope. I think it's Silver Fox. Got it right. Got it. Afghanistan. Not only that, gold and whatever, and rare earth metals. Oh, this is the best. Rare earth. Why is that? Because you need so much land to cultivate to get the littlest, tiniest amount. The littlest, tiniest amount. You got to go through acres to get a teaspoon of this stuff. Who the hell wants that? China has no problem doing it. China can do it. No sweat. Everything's changing. And then the final commodity that is the most critical, water. Water. Oh my God. Water everywhere. Nary I dropped the, what's that, Coleridge? Ancient Mariner, whatever, it's the famous line. It's it. When you look at the companies like, I don't know if Nestle's still doing it. The Bush family, what was it, Paraguay, Uruguay? I always get them confused. And there was a guy by the name of Muammar Gaddafi, only man whose name in English was spelled with a K, a Q, or a G, and 50 ways per letter. And he said years ago, I am going to do something very interesting. I am going to make my country arable. I'm going to make my country arable. I'm going to make Libya arable. I'm going to dump $25 billion. Because why? Because we sit atop the Nubian sandstone aquifer, the biggest freshwater aquifer maybe in the world, and they're right on top of it. Well, he had to go. Not because of the oil of nationalizing it, but he had to go. Also, keep in mind, Tigris and Euphrates, the Fertile Crescent. What do you think all that Iraq stuff was? Golan Heights, water. This is it. You're going to see stuff coming up in the future, and nobody is teaching you about this. Nobody is talking about this. Nobody is saying how they want to move people out of big areas, up zoning, taking areas where the rich have lived for a long time in gated communities, giving them the boot and putting in other folks. It's a different world. This is globalism, my friend, the likes of which you've not seen. This is something which I know is difficult for people to understand, and I know it's difficult, and I know it's tough, and it doesn't really make any sense, and it sounds very Alex Jones-ish, and he was 100% correct. Alex Jones was smart and right before anybody even talked about it. He talked about it in a way that was a little bit different, but he was absolutely correct. So I'm asking you, do not forget Lahaina. Do not forget it. Do not let it go. Do not let it just be swept under the carpet. Do not. Period. I'm telling you. I know they're going to do it, but we're not going to let them. You watch what happens. Anybody catch what is her? Stevie Nicks, her comment about Lahaina? Did you see that? About her niece, and she's very upset because she wanted to get some time out. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Paris Hilton, that's hot. What? Whatever you see, whatever you read in the news is going to be wrong. All right, dear friends, let me remind you of a couple of things. First of all, please, first and foremost, number one, I want you to subscribe, of course, to me on YouTube if you have not. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, of course, and please hit the YouTube notification bell. We know all that. And also follow me on Twitter at Lionel Media, but also, most importantly, follow Lynn's Warriors right here on X or Twitter at Lynn's Warriors and YouTube at Lynn's Warriors right there. Please do this. They are wonderful. And don't forget our great friends at mypillow.com. Mypillow.com. MyPillow, use a promo code Lionel to receive a free gift, or by going to mypillow.com/Lionel, or call 800-645-4965 and avail yourself of the incredible deals that are aplenty. Now, special note, tomorrow we're going to be doing this. We got a special morning deal. So we're going to start an hour earlier tomorrow at 7 a.m. 7 a.m., not 8, 7. Dear friends, you have a great and a glorious day. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Always keep thinking. Thank you for your support. Thank you for following us. And don't forget this valedictory, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Ta-ta.